Transformations. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. 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 Microphone check, 1 2.
We're coming to you via the JCF YouTube channel, and this is JCF Transformations People, Quality, and Technology Expo 2.0. I am Dennis Brooks, Senior Superintendent of Police and Senior Communications Strategist here at the JCF.
And I am Detective Inspector Sashige Mullings. As we count down to the official launch of Expo 2.0 in just under an hour, we have a great show in store for you as we speak with several people, including Deputy Commissioner Karina Powell-Hood, the head of the JCF's Force Development and Logistics Portfolio, and Chair of Transformations Expo 2.0. She will tell us about the amazing showcase of the men and women of JCF and the quality and technology systems driving their service to the nation.
Also coming up on the show today, we will be bringing you focus on matters concerning the safety of our children. We'll be hearing perspectives about the Expo from some of the many students who turned out this morning when we opened the doors of the National Arena. So we'll share that with you all coming up in today's great show that we have lined up for you.
These and much more when we return on JCF Transformations TV after these messages from some of our sponsors of Expo 2.0.
The RJR Gleaner Communications Group is pleased to collaborate with the Jamaica Constabulary Force as the official media partner of the JCF Transformations People, Quality, and Technology Expo 2.0. As a group that is active for the good of our nation, we believe in the power of transformation, which we constantly seek to enable through the provision of credible information to our customers through our various brands. This is one of the reasons we are committed to supporting the JCF in showcasing the strides being made in modernizing the force. This expo will allow the public to experience and engage with the new technologies, modernization efforts, and policing methods being employed by the JCF. But more importantly, it gives the public a great opportunity to interact with the police and get a better understanding of what we all want, and that is a peaceful and safe Jamaica. With the expo now being held in Kingston at the National Arena and in St. James at the Montego Bay Community College, more Jamaicans from east to west can observe the high quality of work and evolving police strategies being pursued as you serve and protect in our nation. Congratulations on the staging of Expo 2.0, and may your success continue to be our collective national success.
Welcome to the era of artificial intelligence in fleet management. Managing a fleet used to mean chasing data, setting up alerts, and configuring reports manually. Now, you just ask. Step into the future of fleet intelligence with Ambi, your real-time AI-powered voice assistant.
Hey Ambi, show me where the white Hilux is right now. The white Hilux is parked at 23 Belmont Road, last moved 15 minutes ago.
Ambi, were there any collisions across the fleet today?
Yes, one collision reported at 10:03 a.m., loading dashcam footage now.
Ambi isn't just about numbers. It's about delivering actionable insights that enhance fleet performance and safety.
Ambi, email me the driver behavior violations report for today.
Sure thing, sending it now.
Hey Ambi, set out of hours driving alert for all the vehicles.
Alert activated. You'll get real-time notification if any vehicle move outside their working hours.
Ambi has your fleet fully covered, swiftly notifying you in cases of emergencies like SOS alerts, device tampering, collisions, or extreme driver behavior violations. When seconds matter, your AI agent doesn't wait, it calls.
Hello, this is Ambi from Amber Connect. I detected potential device tampering. I've initiated security protocols and alerted your security company.
In the meantime, you can disable the engine?
Sure.
Your fleet just got smarter. Ask it anything. Automate everything. Ambi from Amber Connect. Smarter, faster, more human.
From the heart of Jamaica emerges a force, transforming lives globally. The Amber Group. Starting from a humble office of just 200 square feet in 2015, Amber Group has grown into a global powerhouse, spanning over 13 businesses with offices around the world, serving clients in 100 countries. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The diversity of our team is what fuels the innovation. Imagine your vehicle safer and smarter with Amber Connect, the world's most advanced AI-powered vehicle tracking and fleet management system. Experience cutting-edge software development, crafting solutions across industries worldwide with Amber innovations. Fuel up with a new level of convenience with Amber Fuels. Make fast, secure, and seamless payments with Amber Pay. We empower the next generation, providing free world-class coding education through the Amber Academy. Nurturing the future of Jamaican entrepreneurship, committed to fund 100 startups in 1,000 days with Amber Launchpad. Take to the skies and discover unparalleled freedom with Amber Aviation. Discover the joy of exceptional rewards with Amber Rewards. Safeguard your digital world with Amber Cyber Eye. Pioneering IoT solutions with Amber IoT. Revolutionizing media with nationwide news network and Amber Radio. Effortlessly get a ride and feel safe and secure on the road with Amber On Time, the most secure taxi. We believe in the power of technology to uplift humanity, to make lives safer, easier, and more connected. Empower. Innovate. Inspire. Celebrating 9 years of innovation, passion, and commitment to humanity. Discover the Amber difference today.
Amber Group, more than a business, we built
two locations simultaneously. So let's head over to the west to check in on Deputy Superintendent Sean J. Mitchell at the Montego Bay Community College for a quick update. Sean J., over to you.
Thank you, Sasha. I'm Deputy Superintendent Sean J. Mitchell. I'm here at the Transformations Expo 2.0 at the Montego Bay Community College in St. James, and it has been a wonderful, humid day here in the parish. And I have with me Assistant Commissioner of Police Glenford Miller, and he's the commanding officer for Area 1. And ACP Miller, you're on the ground in Mobile today. What has been the atmosphere?
It has been electrifying so far since morning. Persons are just buzzing around, moving from booths to booths, looking at the various equipments that the JCF has to offer and have on display. Children, family, I can tell you, the atmosphere is just electricity right through.
So how has the Montego Bay community responded in terms of sending out the children from schools, the community members? How have they responded to the Expo and coming here to enjoy the ambiance?
It is evident by virtue of the number of buses that would have actually been here with children right across from Westmoreland straight to Trelawney. Hundreds of children has passed through. From as early as we opened our doors at 9 o'clock this morning, the place was filled with persons, children plus adults and teachers.
Right, and some of the standout displays have been the talk of the town for a lot of the children. What are some of the standout displays that you saw for yourself and that you believe people were interested in?
A lot of children were interested in the firearm assimilation.
and how important do you think this type of expo is for residents of the Montego Bay community, particularly because it's a tourism mecca in Jamaica?
You know, the JCF on display showing persons what we have to offer, the level of technology that we use in relation to solving crimes, but not just solving crimes. Even when you look at our technical services divisions, where persons actually display fingerprint, so persons applying for police record, they now get an opportunity to see how that has been done, and sometimes why the process might be a little delayed, and why they have to do what they have to do to let us speed up the process for them.
Yeah, and when you look at the overall package, what type of message would you like to send to families who are coming out this evening for the launch and for the additional days that are coming in during this expo?
My citizens of Era One, I will encourage you all to come out and enjoy and experience the Jamaica Constabulary Force Expo 2.0. This is just the subset of the bigger one in Kingston. One expo, two places, one day. I encourage you all to come out. Look at what the JCF has to offer, what we have on display, so you'll know the level of technology. Even our drones are on display this morning, and persons seeing that sometimes we know drone surveillance in the fight against crime. So it's a whole lot, and persons are now seeing the various sections of the JCF. The K9 was also on display this morning, so persons know that the JCF is not just about the police officers out there, the hardcore police officers, but there are police officers also in the back offices. The HR persons are here. We have persons from medical services. Our doctors are here also. So the JCF is multifaceted. So persons just need to come out and see what is here so they can encourage their children to join the JCF.
Indeed, ACP. And I want to thank you. We want to say that the energy here has been absolutely electrifying. It's a humid day here in St. James.
Yes.
And I throw right back over to Sasha in Kingston. Over to you.
Miller, head of Area 1, out there at the Montego Bay Community College for bringing us that update. Well, we're checking in shortly with our colleague, Sergeant Sasha Henry, who has been on the floor of the National Arena. But before that, let me welcome to the set the JCF's head of Force Development and Logistics Portfolio. She's also the chair of the Transformations Expo 2.0, Deputy Commissioner Karina Powell-Hood. Welcome, Commissioner. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I'm a little tired, but
yes,
good.
I can imagine. Commissioner, we're in the same space. We have many of the same people, but it feels like a bigger expo than the last time. What is it that's giving this feeling of magnitude, do you think?
So I think two things, Dennis. One, what happened in 2023, it pulled a lot of people here this time in 25. But then how we decided to display what we have also maybe giving you that feeling. And certainly we do have quite a number of our partners and sponsors who are also here as well. So I think, just the throughput of persons in anticipation from our last event, just coming out this time to see what is here. And as I said, how we have situated the different booths, that's probably why you get that feeling. And then Montego Bay being the added attraction as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
You mentioned the way we have presented, and I think that's important for us to look at. So, for instance, there are booths that are presenting the work of the JCF differently than how we did in 2023.
Definitely.
Explain to us the strategy, the thinking behind what we're pushing to the fore this year?
It's funny you should say the thinking, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what we are profiling this year, the Mensa, the thinking, the mindset, the policing craft. So what we have done this year is to put some of these elements, we've put a lot of these units up front. So if you notice down by the crime and security portfolio,
Right.
we have a lot of the elements there. So everything related to the ballistics, forensics, and that is one of the areas that really pulls the people there. So we really were looking at profiling how we use our intelligence, the police intelligence,
Yes.
to operate on a daily basis. So, you know, we also have our knowledge pods as well, that we really are encouraging persons to come out to get some information on how we operate. There'll be information on trafficking in persons, the lottery scamming task force. So there's a lot of information that we're sharing just to get the public to understand how our mindset, our brain power,
Right.
you know, impacts policing that we're doing. It's not only about the brawn, we're definitely profiling the brain this year.
You have been on the floor all morning.
Yep.
You've been moving around, you've been observing, speaking with people. What, to your mind, has been like a standout thing that you saw today? I mean, the kids were in here today and they were out in their numbers, which warmed the heart because it shows that they have an interest. But what was particularly compelling for you today?
You know, Dennis, you went right to where I would go.
Yeah.
The kids, it was really a good feeling seeing the kids come out and to interact with the police officers and just to appreciate the police officers as police officers,
Yes.
as just ordinary people, and they, you know, that kind of a relationship that you see building there. And then just to see them interacting with some of our equipment that was there as well. And there was this one particular child over by the crime and security portfolio. To listen to her explain about, you know, the crime scene and evidence and all of that.
Yes.
Even the detectives who were over there with years of training were quite in awe of her. So I think that was really a standout moment. And I hope we get a chance to speak with her on Transformations TV.
I look forward to speaking with her. She might make a great interview.
I think she would.
Or she might make a great interviewer as well.
That as well. She had the commissioner there, you know, very engaged for a couple of minutes as well.
Indeed.
He was in awe.
Indeed. You know, when we talk about the kids, because a lot of it is for them, you know, shaping how they view us, but what would you say would be like your hope as chair of the Expo for the lasting legacy of this Expo?
So, as a high command, when we thought about putting this Expo back on this year, what we want most of all is for persons to understand that the transformation taking place in the JCF is about improving how we deliver service to them. We want them to appreciate that the organization is responsive to the environment. We see what is happening. We are, you know, we're up with the technology, we're up with the training, we are improving so that we can be better for the people. So we really want to, it really is a push to bring the people more into what we're doing. We always speak about how nature abhors a vacuum. So we want to put information for the people to see and for them to have so they can understand how we operate. And the level of service that they should expect, and we expect that if they don't get that type of service, that they should make contact with us as well. We have the mechanisms for that as well.
Indeed.
We look forward to their input.
Indeed, looking forward to it. Thank you very much for stopping by. And definitely we will touch base with you once again. Deputy Commissioner of Police Karina Powell-Hood, she is the chair of Transformations 2.0. She's the head of the FDLP. And of course, we're going to be heading over, as I said earlier, to the floor. Sergeant Sasha Henry, she's there to give us an inside look at how they're liking the Expo thus far. Over to you, Sasha.
Thanks, Dennis. Coming to you live from Transformations TV here at the National Arena for JCF Transformations Expo 2.0. I am Sergeant Sasha Henry, and today I have had the pleasure of speaking to children from right across Jamaica. This is what they had to say. How has it been so far here at the Jamaica Constabulary Force Expo for you?
It has been very cool and very high tech.
Very high tech. So what has been your favorite booth thus far?
I think it's the Marine Force. It's very, from I was a little boy, I liked water, and driving that boat, it just have been one of my dreams.
That's awesome. Thank you. You are at the JCF Transformations Expo. What booth is your favorite booth?
DWTT.
And do you know what DWTT stands for? Department of Weapons and Tactical Training. So what stood out for you at DWTT?
The shooting part.
The shooting. What about you? What's your favorite booth at the expo?
DWTT.
DWTT? Why is that so?
Training. Shooting.
Okay. And you told me something earlier. You said you want to become a police officer. You also want to become a police officer? Why is that so?
Come on, like people need help. We really want to help people out there in need.
You want to help people in need. What about you? Why you want to become a police officer?
Just like the career part.
You like the career part. Okay, so in becoming a police officer, do you know what specific branch do you want to work?
Exactly.
What about DWTT? All right, thank you guys. Which school do you attend?
Buff Bay Primary.
Buff Bay. Where's Buff Bay?
In right in the town of Buff Bay. It's pretty complicated, but it's in the town of Buff Bay.
That's okay. What has been your favorite part of the expo so far?
Probably the boat or the bikes, because they're very fun, and it's just so nice to get this experience.
That's amazing. So tell me, when you go back to school, will you tell your friends about the JCF Transformation Expo?
Of course.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My name is Akelia Black from the School of Steertown Primary Infant School, and I am also the head girl of the school.
Head girl, where is Steertown?
Steertown is in the parish of St. Anne.
St. Anne. Okay, Akelia. So I came here at the Specialized Operations Unit, or the booth, and I saw you inside the truck. Is there anything specific that stood out for you?
Yes, miss. I really liked the control panel. I thought it was really cool, and all the gadgets on it looked very versatile, and just it caught my eye.
That's interesting. Apart from being at the Specialized Unit, what other booth stood out for you this morning?
The booth about sexual offense and abuse of children. It was really
so that's Sissoko.
Yeah.
So someone there spoke to you about offenses against women and children, and it stood out for you. Okay. Is there anything else that stood out for you here?
All of the lights and the signs that I saw, it was really interesting, and just I don't think I will ever forget them.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Akelia, and congratulations on being a head girl, and keep doing well in school. Please, what's your name?
My name is Nikara Smalling.
My name is Daniel Henry.
Henry, my cousin. So we're here at the JCF Transformations Expo 2.0, and I am seeing you here at the Identification Unit. What have you learned thus far?
Oh, well, we've learned that if there's a suspect, they will carry that person in, and they will do, what was it called again? A check of other persons who look like that person, and then they'll background check, and then they'll burn it onto a CD for evidence.
You can actually turn up for work tomorrow, you know. What have you learned?
So far, I've learned the identification process of how they would identify a criminal on a list of subjects that they would have pulled from the crime scene. So they would do the background checks, run through the different identities of the suspects that they've pulled, and burn it onto a disc. Basically, most of what she's learned.
Interesting. So, coming here, you have learned something new today. Does that change your perspective on how you view police officers?
It has a lot. It's an overview of everything that I have no idea about, but it's good to learn everything every day, or something new every day.
Awesome, thank you.
For me, it has changed my perspective, showing that it really takes a lot more work than I normally thought, and how the whole process of dealing with criminals, crimes, basically everything involving crime, it changes my whole perspective. It shows that there's a lot of work that is put in by the police force, and it gives me a new form of respect.
Nice, that's nice. So will you become a police officer?
It's on the list.
All right, thank you both, and keep doing well in school. As you can see, the Expo is buzzing with excitement, especially
Thanks again for joining us on JCF Transformations TV. We're pleased to have with us Superintendent Carrie Bailey, head of the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, who will share important insights on how we can keep our children safe this summer. Welcome, Ms. Bailey.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about what's happening on the ground today?
Feeling good. We have had a number of schools, a number of children, parents taking in their children to come and see what Sissoko has to offer, what we, tips and information to guide them throughout. So I'm feeling good so far, looking forward to the rest of the days.
Great, thank you. Can you tell us about the role of Sissoko?
So the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse has the mandate of investigating sexual offenses for both males and female adults, male and female children, and child abuse cases. These include things like incest, sex with a person under 16, indecent assault, just to name a few.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. So with this summer holidays upon us, what are the biggest risks to children during this period?
When it's summertime, the main concern is usually for the children who are left home unsupervised. So we know that schools go on break, but we also recognize that parents and guardians still have to work. So when they go out, the children are left unmanned. And we see a growing trend with social media. And we know most, if not all, the children have a smartphone. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, all the platforms. So what we are seeing, what we are anticipating, is that they'll be flooding the social media space during the time if they're not in any structured program. So we are asking the parents now to put something in place, put controls on the devices, especially for the younger ones. And people are going on, meeting people online, and we're not just talking about children, unfortunately, because that space is now used for dating, for social connections, for displaying personal, things. Persons are using it for businesses, so they have opened up themselves. So the vulnerable persons are anybody really. It does, we have younger persons, older persons, people looking for love, So when we are thinking about summer holidays, we are thinking about the fact that a lot of persons are now outside of the structured school program and they're home with nothing to do but to scroll and socialize. So they can become victims if they are not really careful.
Right. I'm so happy that you brought up social media platforms as one of the indicators for dangers to children. What are some of the warning signs that parents should look for in their child, whether they're on or offline?
themselves, they go to the bathroom, things like that. They were abused in any form, but they may start to withdraw, they all of a sudden they seem to be ashamed of themselves, they no longer want to go in the space, and they can't justify the reason why they're no longer interested. So those are some of the things we can do. So I always encourage parents, know your children, spend time to talk to them, spend time to see who they're emerging to be. You will see the signs, you will see when something is off and something is different. And be upfront with them. You can talk to children about sexual offenses, about bad touch, good touch, about anything like that, any age. Just do it in an age appropriate.
Right. Thank you so much. Now, you and I know that safety of the entire citizenship is not just a police matter. What role can the public play in enhancing the JCF efforts in keeping our children safe this summer?
Unfortunately, too many adults are shying away from correcting children in public, correcting younger people because of the response they usually get. So they will tell you once upon a time, if I see a child misbehaving on the streets, I can talk to them, I can report it to parents, or if they see us coming, they would
Those
stop.
were the days.
Nowadays, they would say they're brazen.
Yes.
So the children, so it takes somebody strong and who's a disciplined area to do that. We are saying to you, don't be afraid. They're children, they're young people. They need guidance even if they don't know it themselves. Look out for them when you see them going on the mall, the shopping malls. This is the summer holiday. They'll be going out. They'll be going out to parties or on the malls to shop, to get ice cream at Depot House and so on. Don't be afraid to step in or to call the security guard to say, something is wrong with that car over there. Something is wrong with that corner over here. If you're in the community, you know that your neighbor has to work and the child is left alone with some people going over there. You call your neighbor. You're expecting somebody. Give a heads up. Be your neighbor's keeper. So we're just asking you to give us listening ear. Open up your eyes. Look. Speak to your neighbors, the church community, whoever you are, just in. And if it is that you don't know who they belong to, call the police. Let the police know that this is where I am at, and I see a group of young people. I think something is going on, and they will come.
They will. Because it's a village to raise a child. Yes. So what key message would you give to parents and caregivers this summer regarding children's
Is she on
safety?
camera now?
I would say to parents, please, as best as possible, take appropriate
Tell me when she's off
measures
camera.
to properly safeguard your children. You have to work. To the adults, ask your neighbor, your family member.
Tell me when she off camera so
somebody
she told
that's
tonight.
in charge and that can inform you. Ask the neighbor to give an eye. Know your children. Check on them. We have video cameras, we have WhatsApp video now. We can call home to see what's happening there and so on. So what I'm saying, know your children, speak to them, recognize when something is off, and just put all the necessary protocols in place to ensure that they are safe.
Right. Thank you so much, Superintendent Bailey, for joining us on set today at our JCF Transformations TV. That was Superintendent Carrie Bailey, head of CISOCA, urging us all to stay vigilant and proactive in protecting our children. If you see something, say something. Our children's safety depends on it. Now we're just moments away from the grand opening at the National Arena, simulcasting live to the Montego Bay Community College. But first, here's a sneak peek at what's in store for Expo 2.0.
In 2023, we gave you the Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo, showing a side of the force you've never seen. You asked for more, and we're here to deliver. Bigger and better than ever before.
We are ready to show you more. Be prepared to be amazed at Transformations Expo 2.0.
Meet our detectives and crime scene investigators. Learn more about the side of the JCF behind the front lines in forensics, DNA and ballistic analysis, and in key areas of force development, capacity building, and transformation. See you at the JCF Transformation, People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0.
The transformation begins now. Let's take you live to the main stage for the opening ceremony.
The RJR Gleaner Communications Group is pleased to collaborate with the Jamaica Constabulary Force as the official media partner of the JCF Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0. As a group that is active for the good of our nation, we believe in the power of transformation, which we constantly seek to enable through the provision of credible information to our customers through our various brands. This is one of the reasons we are committed to supporting the JCF in showcasing the strides being made in modernizing the force. This expo will allow the public to experience and engage with the new technologies, modernization efforts, and policing methods being employed by the JCF. But more importantly, it gives the public a great opportunity to interact with the police and get a better understanding of what we all want, and that is a peaceful and safe Jamaica. With the expo now being held in Kingston at the National Arena and in St. James at the Montego Bay Community College, more Jamaicans from east to west can observe the high quality of work and evolving police strategies being pursued as you serve and protect in our nation. Congratulations on the staging of Expo 2.0, and may your success continue to be our collective national success.
Welcome to the era of artificial intelligence in fleet management. Managing a fleet used to mean chasing data, setting up alerts, and configuring reports manually. Now, you just ask. Step into the future of fleet intelligence with Ambi, your real-time AI-powered voice assistant.
Hey Ambi, show me where the white Hilux is right now. The white Hilux is parked at 23 Belmont Road, last moved 15 minutes ago.
Ambi, were there any collisions across the fleet today?
Yes, one collision reported at 10:03 a.m., loading dashcam footage now.
Ambi isn't just about numbers. It's about delivering actionable insights that enhance fleet performance and safety.
Ambi, email me the driver behavior violations report for today.
Sure thing, sending it now.
Hey Ambi, set out of hours driving alert for all the vehicles.
Alert activated. You'll get real-time notification if any vehicle move outside their working hours.
Ambi has your fleet fully covered, swiftly notifying you in cases of emergencies like SOS alerts, device tampering, collisions, or extreme driver behavior violations. When seconds matter, your AI agent doesn't wait, it calls.
Hello, this is Ambi from Amber Connect. I detected potential device tampering. I've initiated security protocols and alerted your security company.
In the meantime, you can disable the engine?
Sure.
Your fleet just got smarter. Ask it anything. Automate everything. Ambi from Amber Connect. Smarter, faster, more human.
From the heart of Jamaica emerges a force, transforming lives globally. The Amber Group. Starting from a humble office of just 200 square feet in 2015, Amber Group has grown into a global powerhouse. Spanning over 13 businesses, with offices around the world, serving clients in 100 countries. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The diversity of our team is what fuels the innovation. Imagine your vehicle safer and smarter with Amber Connect, the world's most advanced AI-powered vehicle tracking and fleet management system. Experience cutting-edge software development, crafting solutions across industries worldwide with Amber innovations. Fuel up with a new level of convenience with Amber Fuels. Make fast, secure, and seamless payments with Amber Pay. We empower the next generation, providing free world-class coding education through the Amber Academy. Nurturing the future of Jamaican entrepreneurship, committed to fund 100 startups in 1,000 days with Amber Launchpad. Take to the skies and discover unparalleled freedom with Amber Aviation. Discover the joy of exceptional rewards with Amber Rewards. Safeguard your digital world with Amber Cyber Eye. Pioneering IoT solutions with Amber IoT. Revolutionizing media with nationwide news network and Amber Radio. Effortlessly get a ride and feel safe and secure on the road with Amber On Time, the most secure taxi. We believe in the power of technology to uplift humanity, to make lives safer, easier, and more connected. Empower. Innovate. Inspire. Celebrating 9 years of innovation, passion, and commitment to humanity. Discover the Amber difference today.
Amber Group. More than a business, we built an organization to serve humanity.
JCF Business is proud to support the Jamaica Constabulary Force for the second year in a row as technology partners of the Transformation Technology Expo 2.0. This landmark 4-day event, happening June 19th to the 22nd in Kingston and Montego Bay, highlights the JCF's vital role in shaping Jamaica's future through innovation and community safety. As part of our commitment to the modernization and progress in policing, JCF Business is happy to provide the connectivity that powers this year's activities. Together with JCF, we're driving innovation, connectivity, and a safer Jamaica. See you there.
At Jamaica Police Cooperative Credit Union Limited, we are proud to stand alongside the Jamaica Constabulary Force for Transformations Expo 2.0. Since 1955, JPCCU has supported the JCF's mission to serve and protect. And today, we are excited to help spotlight the innovation, dedication, and the people driving the future of policing in Jamaica. This Expo is more than an event, it's a movement to build stronger, safer communities through technology, quality service, and partnership. We invite all Jamaicans at home and abroad to join us in celebrating progress, connecting with new ideas, and honoring the men and women who serve our nation with pride. JPCCU is honored to be a sponsor of this landmark occasion. Together, let's keep transforming for a better Jamaica.
Jamaica Constabulary Forces 2025 Expo kicks off tomorrow under the theme People, Quality and Technology. There will be lots of exciting things on display And we at Liberty Business, the proud technology sponsors, are looking forward to seeing you there.
In 2023, we gave you the Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo, showing a side of the force you have never seen. You asked for more, and we're here to deliver. Bigger and better than ever before.
We are ready to show you more. Be prepared to be amazed at Transformations Expo 2.0.
Meet our detectives and crime scene investigators. Learn more about the side of the JCF behind the front lines in forensics, DNA and ballistic analysis, and in key areas of force development, capacity building, and transformation. See you at the JCF Transformation, People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0. In 2023, we gave you the Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo, showing a side of the force you have never seen. You asked for more, and we're here to deliver. Bigger and better than ever before.
We are ready to show you more. Be prepared to be amazed at Transformations Expo 2.0.
Meet our detectives and crime scene investigators. Learn more about the side of the JCF behind the front lines in forensics, DNA and ballistic analysis, and in key areas of force development, capacity building, and transformation. See you at the JCF Transformation, People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0. In 2023, we gave you the Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo, showing a side of the force you have never seen. You asked for more, and we're here to deliver. Bigger and better than ever before.
We are ready to show you more. Be prepared to be amazed at Transformations Expo 2.0.
Meet our detectives and crime scene investigators. Learn more about the side of the JCF behind the front lines in forensics, DNA and ballistic analysis, and in key areas of force development, capacity building, and transformation. See you at the JCF Transformation, People, Quality, and Technology Expo 2.0.
The RJR Gleaner Communications Group is pleased to collaborate with the Jamaica Constabulary Force as the official media partner of the JCF Transformations, People, Quality, and Technology Expo 2.0. As a group that is active for the good of our nation, we believe in the power of transformation, which we constantly seek to enable through the provision of credible information to our customers through our various brands. This is one of the reasons we are committed to supporting the JCF in showcasing the strides being made in modernizing the force. This expo will allow the public to experience and engage with the new technologies, modernization efforts, and policing methods being employed by the JCF. But more importantly, it gives the public a great opportunity to interact with the police and get a better understanding of what we all want, and that is a peaceful and safe Jamaica. With the expo now being held in Kingston at the National Arena and in St. James at the Montego Bay Community College, more Jamaicans from east to west can observe the high quality of work and evolving police strategies being pursued as you serve and protect in our nation. Congratulations on the staging of Expo 2.0, and may your success continue to be our collective national success.
Welcome to the era of artificial intelligence in fleet management. Managing a fleet used to mean chasing data, setting up alerts, and configuring reports manually. Now, you just ask. Step into the future of fleet intelligence with Ambi, your real-time AI-powered voice assistant.
Hey Ambi, show me where the white Hilux is right now. The white Hilux is parked at 23 Belmont Road, last moved 15 minutes ago.
Ambi, were there any collisions across the fleet today?
Yes, one collision reported at 10:03 a.m., loading dashcam footage now.
Ambi isn't just about numbers. It's about delivering actionable insights that enhance fleet performance and safety.
Ambi, email me the driver behavior violations report for today.
Sure thing, sending it now.
Hey Ambi, set out of hours driving alert for all the vehicles.
Alert activated. You'll get real-time notification if any vehicle move outside their working hours.
Ambi has your fleet fully covered, swiftly notifying you in cases of emergencies like SOS alerts, device tampering, collisions, or extreme driver behavior violations. When seconds matter, your AI agent doesn't wait, it calls.
Hello, this is Ambi from Amber Connect. I detected potential device tampering. I've initiated security protocols and alerted your security company.
In the meantime, you can disable the engine?
Sure.
Your fleet just got smarter. Ask it anything. Automate everything. Ambi from Amber Connect. Smarter, faster, more human.
From the heart of Jamaica emerges a force, transforming lives globally. The Amber Group. Starting from a humble office of just 200 square feet in 2015, Amber Group has grown into a global powerhouse, spanning over 13 businesses with offices around the world, serving clients in 100 countries. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The diversity of our team is what fuels the innovation. Imagine your vehicle safer and smarter with Amber Connect, the world's most advanced AI-powered vehicle tracking and fleet management system. Experience cutting-edge software development, crafting solutions across industries worldwide with Amber innovations. Fuel up with a new level of convenience with Amber Fuels. Make fast, secure, and seamless payments with Amber Pay. We empower the next generation, providing free world-class coding education through the Amber Academy. Nurturing the future of Jamaican entrepreneurship, committed to fund 100 startups in 1,000 days with Amber Launchpad. Take to the skies and discover unparalleled freedom with Amber Aviation. Discover the joy of exceptional rewards with Amber Rewards. Safeguard your digital world with Amber Cyber Eye. Pioneering IoT solutions with Amber IoT. revolutionizing media with nationwide news network and Amber Radio. Effortlessly get a ride and feel safe and secure on the road with Amber On Time, the most secure taxi. We believe in the power of technology to uplift humanity, to make lives safer, easier, and more connected. Empower. Innovate. Inspire. Celebrating 9 years of innovation, passion, and commitment to humanity. Discover the Amber difference today.
Amber Group, more than a business, we built an organization to serve humanity.
JCF Business is proud to support the Jamaica Constabulary Force for the second year in a row as technology partners of the Transformation Technology Expo 2.0. This landmark 4-day event happening June 19th to the 22nd in Kingston and Montego Bay highlights the JCF's vital role in shaping Jamaica's future through innovation and community safety. As part of our commitment to the modernization and progress in policing, JCF Business is happy to provide the connectivity that powers this year's activities. Together with JCF, we're driving innovation, connectivity, and a safer Jamaica. See you there.
At Jamaica Police Cooperative Credit Union Limited, we are proud to stand alongside the Jamaica Constabulary Force for Transformations Expo 2.0. Since 1955, JPCCU has supported the JCF's mission to serve and protect. And today, we are excited to help spotlight the innovation, dedication, and the people driving the future of policing in Jamaica. This Expo is more than an event, it's a movement to build stronger, safer communities through technology, quality service, and partnership. We invite all Jamaicans at home and abroad to join us in celebrating progress, connecting with new ideas, and honoring the men and women who serve our nation with pride. JPCCU is honored to be a sponsor of this landmark occasion. Together, let's keep transforming for a better Jamaica.
Jamaica Constabulary Forces 2025 Expo kicks off tomorrow under the theme People, Quality and Technology. There will be lots of exciting things on display, and we at Liberty Business, the proud technology sponsors, are looking forward to seeing you there.
the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, Senator Peter Bunting, representing the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Ministers of Government, the Chief Justice, the Honorable Mr. Brian Sykes, the Director of Public Prosecutions, other distinguished members of the judiciary and the legal profession, the Attorney General, Dr. Derek McCoy, the Cabinet Secretary, Mrs. Audrey Sewell, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the International Development Community, the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake, Chief of Defense Staff, Vice Admiral Antoinette Weems-Gorman, members of the High Command and other senior JCF leadership and management, stakeholders in national security, ladies and gentlemen all, we welcome you to JCF Transformations 2.0, the People, Quality and Technology Expo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Jamaica. You may be seated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to move the official welcome, the principal host of the JCF Transformations Expo 2.0, the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake. Thank you. And someone address this. Address that mic. Thank you. Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Senator Peter Bunting, representing the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Ministers of Government, Honorable Tom Tavares Finson, President of the Senate and other members of the Senate, Honorable Mr. Justice Kisak Leng, representing the Chief Justice, the Honorable Brian Sykes, and other distinguished members of the judiciary and the legal profession, Honorable Mistress Justice Marva McDonald Bishop, President of the Court of Appeal, Ministers of State, Attorney General Dr. Derek McCoy, Cabinet Secretary, Senators, Director of Public Prosecution, Ms. Paula Llewellyn, Permanent Secretaries, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and the International Development Community, Chief of Defense Staff, Rear Admiral Antoinette Weems-Gorman, Chief of Staff of the Barbados Defense Force, Brigadier Carlos Lovell, and other senior officers of the BDF and the Barbados Police Service, custodies, my colleague, Commissioner of Police of Bermuda and President of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police, Mr. Darren Simons, Commissioner of Customs, Dr. Velma Ricketts Walker, Chief Executive Officer of the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, Mr. Garth Williams, Director General of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, retired Colonel Desmond Edwards, leaders of the business community and from across civil society, Deputy Chief Officer of the Royal Cayman Islands Police, Jody Ann Moore, and Superintendent Christopher Francis of the Regional Security System, other leaders and stakeholders in national security, former Commissioners of Police, Mr. George Quayler and Dr. Carl Williams and Mr. Owen Ellington. I see you just arrived, sir, and I was just here, weren't here. Welcome, gentlemen. Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, our Expo 2.0 partners and sponsors, members of the media, and members of our own CCN, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, transformation is the deliberate journey from what is to what is supposed to be. It is driven by vision, sustained by courage, and accomplished through the determination to reach a higher, more purposeful end state. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JCF Transformation's People, Quality, Technology Expo 2.0. Today marks a national moment, one that captures the spirit of who we are, from where we have come and where we are determined to go. This Transformations Expo is our reality on display. None of what you will witness over the next 3 days is aspirational. Everything you will see, touch, and feel is happening now in real time across the ranks and formations of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We have an obligation to be transparent, and so we have opened our doors to the people who we serve, to observe, to interact, and to understand. In a society where trust must be earned, we believe that this is not optional. It is essential. And so this expo exists to give you access, to make us accountable, and to help you see and feel the depth of change underway in your Jamaica Constabulary Force. From the technologies we use, to the strategies we employ, to the values we now center, this is your opportunity to engage with the modern, cutting-edge JCF. At the foundation of our transformation are 3 pillars that shape everything we do: our people, our quality management system, and our technology. These are core principles and standards. We are investing in our people by recruiting thousands of new members, by providing internationally accredited training and development force-wide, and by nurturing leadership, resilience, and purpose in each member. Ladies and gentlemen, we are raising the bar of the quality of service we deliver to you through our ISO 9001 certified quality management system, our professional training accreditations, and a renewed focus on service excellence. We are embracing the power of technology to build smarter, faster, and more responsive policing across the nation. Yet, perhaps the most profound shift taking place is one you cannot touch or feel. It is a cultural and operational awakening, one that recognizes in today's world the most powerful weapon in policing is not the brawn, but rather the brain. This is why we have introduced the JCF Mensa Lecture Series, which is a symbolic and substantive statement that the force we are building is defined by its intellect, its versatility, and its strategic depth. And so while we are known to be strong, resilient, and brave, we are also sharp, insightful, and forward-looking. And so as we open this expo, let us remind ourselves that this is a celebration of how far we have come. It is a recommitment of standards that we uphold and a call to partnership. Let the events over the next 3 days be a demonstration of what we can achieve as a people when we work together in enhancing the security of our nation. Our success as an organization is highly dependent on the confidence, support, and collaboration of the people who we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, when we succeed, Jamaica succeeds. And so, it should be the interest of every well-thinking Jamaican to have a Jamaica Constabulary Force that is more transparent, more capable, and more committed than ever before. I trust that you will find every second spent with us to be fulfilling, and that it will invoke a renewed sense of pride in your police force. Thank you, and once again, welcome to JCF Transformations Expo, People, Quality, Technology 2.0.
Put your hands together for Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake. And in case, sir, in case you haven't heard it this afternoon, because you probably heard it this morning, and I'm sure you heard it during the course of the week, thank you, Commissioner, for your tremendous leadership that has been defining new vistas and landscapes for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It is, as you've said for some time, a great time to be a member of the JCF, and the pride of every member here is testament to the work that you are doing and the team that you are leading. Indeed, the transformation journey of the JCF has not escaped the notice of many beyond the shores of Jamaica. And so it is not by accident that we have another outstanding law enforcement leader joining us for Transformations 2.0. Commissioner Darren Simmons leads the Bermuda Police Service and is the new president of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police, the ACCP. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Simmons to Jamaica and to Expo 2.0.
Good evening. Protocol having been established, I bid a specific good evening to government leaders, distinguished colleagues, and most importantly, proud Jamaicans. Give yourselves a round of applause. On behalf of the Caribbean Commissioners of Police, I bring you warm greetings as we gather together for this remarkable JCF Transformations Expo 2.0. A little bit about the ACCP. The ACCP serves as a principal regional organization promoting collaboration amongst the Caribbean police forces. It's a network of 25 agencies working as one unified voice in our shared mission to make our region safer. We connect police leaders from Belize to Barbados, from Trinidad to Turks and Caicos. Now, it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge some of the hard truths about our region. Gang violence sadly ravages many of our islands. We have a homicide rate that is several times higher than the global average, and organized crime groups operate with sophistication that rival multinational corporations. They sometimes threaten the very foundations of our democracies. These aren't distant problems. They're knocking on each and every one of our doors every day. And here's where I find hope, and frankly, not even being Jamaican, a bit of pride. Your police force has shown us a way forward. Commissioner Blake and his team haven't just talked about transformation, they're delivering it. While our region grapples with rising violence, Jamaica has forged a new path. The numbers don't just speak, they shout about what is possible. A 44% reduction in murders. a 20% reduction in major crimes. The first quarter of 2025 recorded the lowest major crime figures in more than 25 years. And in May 2025, traditionally one of the most deadliest months, it has become the second lowest in over 2 decades. These changes are the envy of every Caribbean nation. Indeed, any police force the world over would celebrate numbers like these. Jamaica just hasn't improved. You've transformed the definition of what well-led, sufficiently funded, and I'm going to come back to that, a Caribbean police force can achieve. But here's what really matters. JCF didn't achieve this through enforcement alone. They have also built trust by focusing on people, quality, and technology, by recognizing that 21st century policing requires 21st century thinking. You see, communities don't just want warriors. They want partners. They don't just want occupiers. They want protectors, capable guardians. They don't want to fear the police. They want to trust the police with a healthy dose of respect. My friends, community confidence isn't just a nice to have. It's the very foundation of policing. When communities trust the police, they share information with the police. When they share information with the police, we, the police, solve more crimes. And when we solve more crimes, we build more trust. And that's the circle of community confidence that leads to successful policing. JCF are building trust with their communities. They are embracing transparency. They're making policing a partnership, not a battle, which is in contrast to what we've seen in some other jurisdictions, I might add. The JCF is peeling back layers. They're showing the community aspects of their police force that they've never seen before. They're engaging with you in new ways. It's what I call full-fat policing. Not diet, not skinny light. Full fat. FAT stands for fairness, accountability, and transparency. You heard it here first. Full fat policing. That partnership approach is the future of policing in the Caribbean. We stand at a crossroads. We can let criminal networks define our future, or we can follow Jamaica's lead and transform our region into the safe, prosperous, just society that our ancestors dreamed of. In closing, I have 3 calls to action. Now, to the political leaders here tonight, you're backing a winning horse. Now, don't ease up on the feed. You've invested in excellence. Keep investing. The JCF needs your financial support, and just as important, they need your very public backing. When our leaders back the police, the public back the police, and the cycle of community confidence repeats itself. Their success, sir, is your success. It makes people safe, increases investment in the region. Your backing enables transformation. Now, that's one. It was a bit long. To the police officers here, JCF has marked its course. Now continue to walk it. Be proud of what you have achieved. Be proud of your plans. Share your plans with the community. The people who you serve are watching, full of hope and ready to support officers who serve with integrity. Now, actually, I want to talk about 3 officers. The 3 officers that have supported me since I've arrived in Jamaica, right? And they are Sergeant Andrea Halstead, Sergeant Rayan Watson, and Corporal Cheval Campbell. Now, each of them, they spoke knowledgeably and passionately about the JCF, about the direction the JCF was taking. They made me want to join. They are fervent ambassadors for your change. And what was particularly touching to me, or impactful to me, was the reality that they knew the direction the JCF was heading. And I gotta tell you, if you don't know where you're going, it's really hard to get there. But they knew. If I could offer some promotion guidance or advice, I'd like to put in a good word. And finally, to the most important people here, the public, the community. You are the reason we do what we do. Pick up the offer extended by the JCF. Their door is clearly open. Walk through that door. Meet them. Get to know them. Ask questions. Shape the policing you want to see. The reality is, safety is a shared responsibility, and partnerships require participation all around. Friends, the JCF has lit a beacon for the Caribbean. They've shown us that transformation is not just possible, but powerful. Now it's time for us to carry that forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together one more time for the Police Commissioner of Bermuda, Commissioner Darren Simmons. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the JCF is a proud member of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police, and we will continue to build alliances. Indeed, strategic partnerships, stakeholder partnership is a linchpin of law enforcement. It is a fundamental core principle of how we operate in the modern JCF. We'd also like to welcome, as we did, our other law enforcement partners from across the region. Well, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, the Jamaica Constabulary Force took the decision to expand Expo 2.0 to Western Jamaica under the jurisdiction of the critically important Area 1 Police, an area that has seen its own dramatic reduction in major crimes, particularly murder. And Expo 2.0 pays tribute to the brave men and women of JCF Area 1, whose hard work and incredible police mensa continue to drive down the rate of crime there. Now, this evening, we are happy to welcome the Custos of St. James, Bishop Conrad Pitkin, to greet us on behalf of the citizens of Western Jamaica. Put your hands together for him. Make him welcome.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security and distinguished son of St. James, the Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, Senator Peter Bunting, representing the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Ministers of Government, President of the Senate, the Honorable Tom Tavares Finson, and members of the Senate, the Honorable Chief Justice Mr. Brian Sykes, and other distinguished members of the judiciary and the legal profession, Mr. Derek McCoy, Attorney General, the Cabinet Secretary and other permanent secretaries, members of the Diplomatic Corps and the International Development Community, Dr. Kevin Blake, our remarkable Commissioner of Police and principal host of this opening ceremony, High Command and rank and file members of the JCF, Chief of Defense Staff, Rear Admiral Antoinette Wimes-Gorman, other distinguished leaders and members of the national security establishment and visiting leaders of the police forces from the region, leaders of the private and public sector and civil society, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and for my friends in Area 1 that are now at the Montego Bay Community College, who expected me to be there with them, and I'm in Kingston, let me greet them warmly also and say good evening to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, what a signal honor it is for me to stand representing the citizens of St. James and the wider Western Jamaica on this momentous occasion. This transformations, people, quality, and technology Expo is an amazing expression by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, one of the most enduring and vital of our nation's institutions. I am particularly struck by your powerful theme, amplifying the JCF mind, which, to my mind, speak to your intentionality to bring the force of your collective intellect as the police to maintain law and order, to keep the peace, and to make people and communities across the length and breadth of our nation to be and to feel safer. As custos of the beautiful parish of St. James, I have observed firsthand the significant distress and suffering caused by the widespread crime and criminality activity in the West. And I can testify, ladies and gentlemen, to the transformation achieved in the massive reduction, some 47% reduction in crime in Western Jamaica. And you ought to put your hands together in commending our police force. Ladies and gentlemen, Western Jamaica owes a massive debt of gratitude to the JCF, and I join with the residents of Onover, Westmoreland, Trelawney, and St. James in saying, thank you, JCF, thank you. Now, the fact that you have chosen to undertake this mammoth task of staging this expo, not just in Kingston, but in the city of Montego Bay, is also testament to the reality of your own transformation as a force for good. We all know that it is not merely about change for change's sake. True transformation is intentional, strategic, and rooted in the desire to better serve. It is about building trust, strengthening capacity, and responding to the needs of the modern Jamaica. How wonderful it is to literally see the JCF not only embracing institutional change from within, but also demonstrating with such boldness and superior intelligence. Your mantra, people, quality, and technology, again reflects your resolve to effectively lead over 14,000 men and women of the JCF with integrity of heart and skillful hands. Commissioner Blake, we are feeling the new energy of the force. We are seeing among your members an upbeat patrol in the increasing number of patrol cars on the streets and in our communities. We are feeling something different in the JCF, a new mood, a fresh desire to provide a better quality service, to be agile with technology, to be professional, to be courteous and respectful to our citizens. I cannot wait to tour the exhibits here in this arena this evening and also tomorrow in Montego Bay. And equally, I can't wait to see what my friends are doing, to see the beautiful displays, but above all, to meet the men and women of JCF manning the various displays and demonstrating their skill and intelligence. As Custos of St. James, I think it would be remiss of me to close without signaling out one of the many most prominent residents, our Honorable Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, who has brought commendable policy oversight and funding support to the JCF and our other national security institutions. Minister, the seeds you have planted are bearing good, sustainable fruit, which is inspiring public confidence in law enforcement. Our communities are safer when police officers are not only well trained, but are also well equipped, well supported, and deeply connected to the people they serve. There is ample evidence, as the Expo will demonstrate, that the JCF is not waiting for the future, but it is actively shaping the future it desires. For the integration of forensic science, data analytics, digital platforms, to the development of soft skills and leadership training among its members, the JCF is amplifying its mind and its mission. I encourage all Jamaicans to join hands and hearts with the police. Let us honor the men and women of the JCF who put their lives on the line daily, not only with medals and accolades, but with our respect and our cooperation. They need to thrive and to deliver greater service to us. In closing, Dr. Blake, I thank you for the kind invitation to this important national event. I commend your exemplary leadership and that of your colleagues in the High Command and across the various police jurisdictions. But forgive me if I reserve the highest praise for the constable in the field, managing the traffic flow in the heat of the Caribbean sun, on our busy thoroughfares, maintaining the peace in our neighborhoods, visiting our schools to keep our youngsters in the path that goes the right way. facing down the lawless minority among us to protect the lawful majority. Press on, JCF. Be bold and be courageous. Do not shrink back from your duty of care to Jamaica. Be excellent. Be extraordinary in the face of ordinary. May this exposition inspire greater stakeholders and community collaboration with the police. My friends in the JCF and Jamaica, God bless you. God bless Jamaica, land we love. I thank you.
Once again, thank you very much to Bishop Pitkin for joining us from Montego Bay. Put your hands together for him, please, one more time. He is a gentleman who always comes to Kingston when we ask. Whether it is for prayer, whether it is to deliver a sermon that felt like it was on the verge of a sermon, so we take it as it is. Thank you very much, Bishop. Now, we have a special treat for you because Bishop Pitkin, did not come from St. James alone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of Area 1's finest in our midst, one whose sublime singing and performance skills earned her the prestigious 2024 Jamaica Gospel Star Competition winner. She is, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the incomparable Corporal Jada Messam.
Many nights we've prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Oh yeah, there can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to care. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. Oh, in this time of fear, when prayers are often bruised in vain, hope seems like a summer birds that's swiftly blown away. But now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, speaking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. Yeah. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe, somehow you will. When you a small but still resilient voice says hope is very near. Oh, there can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill.
Let's hear it one more time for Jada Messam, Corporal of Police out of St. James. There can be miracles when you believe, and we have as a force been challenged to believe in that end state that we are being led towards, and we are moving apace. Thank you very much. Well, the JCF was constituted 158 years ago under the Constabulary Force Act. It is the principal law enforcement arm of the Jamaican government and has responsibility, as you know, for maintaining law and order, for public safety and the detection, investigation, and prevention of crime. As the largest entity benefiting from policy oversight of the Ministry of National Security and the astute leadership of the Honorable Minister, Expo 2.0 is pleased to welcome the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I have to note coming after that wonderful performance of Corporal Jada Messam, and to remind again that she is from the constituency of Montego Bay. And I don't think that's deliberate, but that if you examine after the commissioners, welcome. And we have our representative from overseas. The rest of the program is really Era 1 Commissioner, Bishop Pitkin, and myself. We are all representative of Era 1. Of course, Corporal Messam in many ways speaks to the talent and the transformation that has taken place in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. That she today speaks on behalf of the parish of St. James, coming from a position that I'll mention later on that was not so worthy of repetition. But it was good to hear Corporal Jada Messam. Congratulations again. She's a wonderful singer and an outstanding Jamaica Constabulary Force officer. I have a long protocol list, and it's not my privilege as the Deputy Prime Minister to miss out names. But I also have to comment that if I leave anyone out, it's not so much, it's too long, but it's reflective of the new status of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Let me commend the officers of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Commissioner Blake and his team, and for the way you have worked to develop this force today that will attract the cross-section of dignitaries in Jamaica, from the Jamaican side here today, the cross-section of diplomatic corps, and a cross-section of international visitors. I am confident if we attempted to put this on 6 years ago, would have had a different crowd. I therefore have to begin by recognizing the JCF and its leadership team. But let me recognize the number of my cabinet colleagues here, I see Minister Desmond McKenzie, Minister Oliver Grange, Mr. Camille Johnson Smith, and Minister Marlene Fort, all present, of course, in support of the JCF, and my Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security, Honorable Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Minister of State and a former Olympian, of course, Mr. Peter Bunting, Senator Peter Bunting, representing the leader of the opposition. Welcome, sir. I know you'll be quite happy in seeing the transformation of the force after the work of this minister and the Prime Minister. We welcome your observation. We'll teach you a few things to think of as well. Let me recognize the President of the Senate, Senator Tom Torres Finson, other members of the Senate who are present, the members of the Diplomatic Corps, the members of the High Command of the JCF. Today, the JCF has an outstanding team of leadership. Dr. Blake is our commissioner, but sitting across there at the senior officer of the JCF, and they perform outstandingly. They are committed, they work hard, they work intelligently, and they've done outstanding work to have literally a national impact. Today, we look at the numbers that we used to refer to as a barometer, the homicide numbers, and across the island, every single division is having a major impact. All the trouble division. In fact, I think today of the 90 divisions, only one division is in excess of one last year. It's a small division where numbers, I think it's like 8 instead of 7. So the national impact of the work of the officers to my right and to your left is outstanding in every way. Their command, deployment, and investigative capacity has certainly impacted on the society and is restoring confidence of our citizens in the work of the police force across Jamaica. The various members of the Diplomatic Corps, especially invited guests, heads of all the public bodies in Jamaica, the PIOJ is here, and a number of other agencies, I'm sure, across the village. Our Chief of Staff, Admiral Wims Gorman, who gives the Jamaica Defense Force, that gives continued support to Jamaica Constabulary Force across the island, but had many other duties that they carry out extensively. And beside hers, of course, we welcome the Brigadier Lowell from Barbados. Again, it would speak to the growth and transformation of the force that we have the Chief of Staff from Barbados, the team, to see what we're doing. And we just had speaking to us the President of the Associate Cabinet Commissioner of Police, Mr. Darren Simmons. You know, he gave an outstanding presentation. I want to assure the Senator Bunting that we'll not be inviting the Commissioner on the platform. Well, we thank Mr. Simmons for recognizing the outstanding work that we have done in this area. Members of academia is present, the members representative sponsors, members of the private sector, civil society, and community stakeholders, members of the media, fellow Jamaicans joining us across the board. And of course, I commend the JCF leadership for ensuring that we have a demonstration in Montego Bay as much as in Kingston today. And to the many other well-wishers and families of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, good afternoon and welcome to the People Quality Technology Expo 2 of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It is a moment of reflection for me as I have to look back at where we are coming from. As the Jamaica Constabulary Force stages this second Transformation People Quality Technology Expo. It's a significant national moment, but that invites us to pause a bit, not only to observe that is being showcased here, but to reflect a bit on how far we have traveled in a very short time. As a country, and more specifically, how far our police force has journeyed in the past 9 years. And in particular, last 2 years, it's like there was a tipping point, and the police force by the action and work has effectively demonstrated the transformation of the force. The occasion does not just represent a celebration of technology or a mere exhibition of internal systems. Is much more profound, because technology and hardware can be bought by dollars and cents, which we provided, and it costs a lot. But the transformation comes from a reflection on the sacrifice and the call to national introspection by the police force itself, an insight in the work done by the force in adapting the police force to the realities of today. They needed their investment, they needed the resources, the physical resources, but that, as I said, the dollars provide that. It is the work of the leadership of the force in effective change within the institution that makes the difference. The fact that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is hosting the Expo simultaneously in 2 locations, at the National Arena and at the Montego Bay Community College in St. James, is a symbol of institutional maturity, nationwide reach, and organizational growth. It reflects an evolving police force that is not only embracing modernity, but is doing so in a way that reaches all Jamaicans, wherever they live and locate in the entire country. Transformation, as we know it, is not simply about structure or spectacle. We have always held a firm view that the transformation of the police force is not an end in itself. It is not to be measured solely by acquisition of new tools or the establishment of new units or even the installation of cutting-edge software or the establishment of new legislation. The ultimate measure of transformation must be the lived experience of the Jamaican people. It must be seen in the ability of the force to sustainably reduce crime, to preserve peace, and to ensure the protection of public order. To allow once again the mothers and fathers and grandmothers to go to Friday and Wednesday night prayer meeting and don't think seriously about how they're getting home. To allow the workers in the BPO sector and the hotel sector coming off their late shift at 1 a.m. that they will go home safely to their home, not stopping halfway on the road. The real test of transformation is when the people feel safe in their communities, when citizens can go about their business without fear, when children can play in the green space, when business owners can open their doors with confidence, when police officers and citizens interact with mutual respect, understanding, and trust. It is happening. Today, as I looked at the reports in the morning, I can assure you that I can see many police operations taking place to find firearms because of intelligence, which simply means they find no one where they go. They're not arresting anyone, not because they're not doing the job, but because individual citizens are beginning to provide information to the police because they trust the police. And the police has won the confidence of the wider public very rapidly. I commend that effort. As the Jamaica Constabulary Force rolls back the curtains today to provide the nation with a meaningful glimpse into its internal workings, its technologies, its platforms, its command centers, and its investigative apparatus, we must all be reminded that these tools have value only if they contribute to the fundamental mission of crime reduction and public safety. We do not celebrate transformation based solely on what is now visible in the Expo. We celebrate transformation because the results are visible in our communities and neighborhoods all across the country. Visible not only in police cars, better police stations, but the level of violence that have been the reduction in level of violence throughout Jamaica. Today we can speak of a transformed Jamaica Constabulary Force because we're experiencing a sustained period of reduced violence, marked by 14 consecutive weeks since March 2025 with weekly murder counts below 15. 15 was a number that I can reflect on because that was a good number for a weekend in my constituency. Today we speak of 15 across the nation. That is success and commitment and hard work of the police force, one that deserves all the support that the country can give to our force for good. This current quarter, from April to June 2025, is on track to record the lowest quarterly murder figure since structured disaggregated data began to be collected by the force approximately 25 years ago, beating the previous record, the first quarter of this year. And based on current projection, Jamaica is expected to close this year with a murder rate of approximately 24 per 100,000. This would represent the lowest rate since 1991. And To put this in perspective, let me indicate, it means that more than half our population, that is every person 34 years or older and younger, is now living in a Jamaica that is safer than any other time in their lifetime. No 34-year-old has, since their birth, have had any kind of homicide rate below near 24 per 100. It's a result of outstanding work and investment and the management of a policy that decided to provide the police force with the tools, the moral support, and the numbers that is needed to deal with the criminal activists. Again, a little pause to Era 1, St. James. And I don't think my officer over there will object if I commend the St. James team led by Era 1 Assistant Commissioner Miller and in St. James Senior Superintendent Aaron Samuels. The rate of reduction in St. James today is 75% below what it was last year. This is a parish in which it's hard to explain where we're coming from. I see Deputy Commissioner Blake over there, and I gather former Commissioner Ellington came in here. They were commanding officers in St. James at a time when it was a different kind of numbers. Working in St. James, both the representative and as police officers, it was on a daily basis. The numbers kept rolling in of homicides. The gangs dominated our inner city communities. Today, we have seen a 75% reduction, and in the month of May, there was only one homicide in the entire St. James. The entire Era 1 has a number of peculiar features in the criminal underworld, which I won't go into, but today, the police in the area is demonstrating the ability to reduce and to impact on the criminal activists. Other areas have done extremely well, and the entire command structure deserves the minister's commendation. I extend that. But since Era 1 is come from an extremely difficult time, and the country, not only myself, but the entire country, need to give some recognition to the work of the police in that zone. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not those figures to be recited. They are historical benchmarks. They are milestones for a nation that has grappled for decades with the consequences of crime and violence. These indicators tell us that Jamaica is entering a new era, an era made possible by sustained and focused investment in law enforcement by the government of Jamaica. The transformation we speak of today is a result of deliberate policy, strategic action and planning. When the Andrew Holness-led administration assumed office 9 years ago, the landscape was stark. The capacity and the capabilities of the organized criminal event elements were in many respects more sophisticated and better resourced by the law enforcement agents. This imbalance was not accidental. It is a result of years and even decades of underinvestment in the police force, neglect of institutional development, resulting in a loss of public confidence and even a lack of interest in making law enforcement a career. I was told recently that one former senior officer, you on call, said, you know, I could rejoin the force today. There were even calls in some quarters to not only change the name of the force, but to literally lock down the police force and start over. These were calls for cosmetic change. The government did not view this as correct and still had respect for the 100 plus nearly 50 years of service by Jamaican men and women. Albeit in the early years, the commanding officers were all expatriates, but we had emerging, bright young Jamaicans to take charge and transform the police force. It was our responsibility to provide the tools, to provide the policy framework, and to provide the resources. And this we did. We chose transformation, not minimal reform. We chose to believe in the men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and equip them to meet the needs of modern policing. The results are visible. They are palpable. We set out a clear three-pronged cooperation approach embodied in our city security plan to strengthen the capacity of the force first, through recruitment, modern training, infrastructure development, and enhanced mobility and communication. It is clear in any situation to provide an institution that has a responsibility without the tools to carry out their effective job, it will not succeed. We set about providing those tools, and they have in fact delivered. To modernize the legislative framework for the policing, to provide law enforcement with the legislative tools and legal authority required to disrupt and dismantle criminal networks. The process we continued, and we have done so successfully, and today several pieces of legislation in place that is assisting the police in dealing with the criminal elements in the country. To implement the third and final leg was to implement a comprehensive, data-driven and community-based model of social investment, targeting vulnerable communities and addressing the root causes of crime. This vision was not built on rhetoric. It was built on data, evidence, and unwavering belief in the potential of our police officers to rise to the challenge once given the right tools and support, and they have indeed risen to the challenge. The Expo today reflects their own image of their force, what is and where they're going as a modern law enforcement institution. What we see today in this Expo is not just a collection of booths and displays. It is a declaration, a bold affirmation that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is no longer a reactive institution, but a proactive, dynamic, and intelligence-led organization. It is a force that is rooted in the values of people, quality, and technology, not as an abstract concept, not as rhetoric, but as a fundamental operational pillars for a law enforcement agency that is in the way to transformation. And to reassure Jamaicans, they are prepared to take on the criminals, to defeat them, and restore public order and peace and safety in our communities. This is not a force that is merely catching up. It's a force that is setting standards, breaking new ground in law enforcement in the Caribbean, which is why we have so many of our brothers from the Caribbean here today. And we are willing to extend our help across the Caribbean. We've had discussion, which was for me very satisfying. There was a time when, a bit far back, at the University of Jamaica was seen as the center of certain negative activity and literally looked down on by some of our friends and brothers in the Caribbean. Today, not that we have wished any ill on our brothers, but they now have challenges that we have gone through, and we are demonstrating a clear route out of those challenges, and we will welcome our friends on the visit here, but I can assure the President from Bermuda, our friends from Barbados, and all the other Caribbean islands we have exchanged discussion with, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, we will be willing to assist in preventing them from evolving the way we did, but to stop what is happening in their territory, to assist them in not only mitigating but preventing the kind of developments we had in Jamaica. So I take this opportunity to recognize and commend, first, the rank and file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force for the daily courage. They face brutal characters, but they are there. They go out daily. Perseverance and unwavering service to the people of Jamaica. The rank and file members who face there in the sun, the heat, the rain, and in the difficulty communities, they are there. And that's what has effectively beginning to turn the tide on the criminals. The police, and that's what reassures of the sustainability. It's not just the leadership, but the mood of our police officers, the rank and file men, who will tell me, Minister, we are going to get the job done. We are going to take charge and restore peace to our community. I know they are taking direction from their senior officers, but their morale, their attitude, and the posture they adopt is most encouraging and commendable and deserve the support of the entire society. We have recruited many, and maybe 6,000 new ones, but the entire police force today, as our friends said, we walk, they look different, they operate differently, they operate with commitment, and that is the surest guarantee of sustainability. The talent is recognizable in all facets of police work. The Police High Command and the Executive Management Team for your vision, leadership, and strategic direction in steering the force through one of the most important and difficult period of institutional renewal in our nation's history. Commissioner and your team of leaders, again, commendation. And last but not least, the planners and organizers of this Expo for the seamless execution of an ambitious and impactful national event. I know that Deputy Commissioner Karina Powell-Hood took a leading role in this. Is the only female Deputy Commissioner and one of our youngest deputies. But also a reflection of the talent that now penetrates the entire police force. Men and women who are committed, talented, and capable of delivering in the field of law enforcement. But equally important is the average citizen of Jamaica, who continue to believe in the promise of a safer country and who play an integral role in securing their communities by partnering with the police at all times. That partnership is reflected in the continued success of the force. And it's interesting, as said to my commissioner coming up here, that one of the things that's emerging, because every 2 years we do these surveys to test public confidence, public interest, and look at police, confidence in the police. But it's my firm belief that the rate of transformation and the rate of success of the work of the police, the data now remains way behind our time. You need some real-time data because, as I said, the attitude of citizens to police has certainly been changed in a dramatic way in the last few years. 2 years in particular. Ladies and gentlemen, transformation is not a one-time act. It's a process. It is a journey. It demands sustained commitment, accountability, and collaboration. And while we have made important progress, we must remain vigilant, adaptive, and united, and continue. And we will continue to invest in our force in all aspects of the force development, institutionally and physically. Because, yes, we have had a difficult time in the 20 years of record keeping. We have not seen, I think we tend to go back to 2000. And the statistician will say, you have to get better statistics over a longer time. But the rate of reduction, the reduction in in the basic parameter we use, homicides has been a 3-year episode. 2022, only 8%. 2023, 8%. 2023, 20%. Or no, 2024 rather, 20%. Now 2025, we are going in a much direction. And any examination of the data will tell you, from an institutional point of view, there are a number of other things that coincide with the start and reduction. The numbers of force we trained, the maturing of the new trainees in specialized areas, the development of the various formations, and I have every confidence that reduction will continue, and we look towards getting back to normal numbers that you consider in the Caribbean, but not in the Caribbean. When we got independence, we were below 10 per 100,000. And I have every confidence that this team of police officers, there'll be retirements and there'll be new ones, but the leadership, there's a certain stability in their training, in their operational deployment, and based on a kind of ongoing evaluation of the intelligence operation and activity, I'm confident we'll get there. And we'll work with our Caribbean neighbors, Mr. Sims and my friend from Barbados, to ensure you too will not only will go back there and stay there as well. Today, over the next 3 days, as we walk through the Expo, let us do so with the pride as a country. Let us do so with purpose. Let us recommit ourselves to building a society in which safety, justice, and opportunity are not privileges. Not a passing event for a day, but the everyday reality of every Jamaican citizen across the country. May this Expo ignite a new wave of public trust and confidence in the men and women who serve and protect our country, the people of Jamaica. And may the Jamaican Constabulary Force continue to be a pillar of national stability, hope, and development. We are committed to providing with the tools, the investment required, and I'm confident the officers of the police force have every commitment that they required to provide the leadership to the rank and file, and the commitment of our rank and file is there to ensure Jamaica will enjoy not only a term of peace, but continued reduction, and to restore public order and public safety. I thank you all, and may God bless you and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, a force for good people of Jamaica. Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much, Dr. Horace Chang, the Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Minister of National Security. Well, we are about to move our program for this evening into another phase. We are our police who believe in that scripture that says that we must be transformed by the renewal of our Mensa. And that renewal of our Mensa will indeed cause us to modernize and transform our operations, our tactics in ways that provide an example of modernization for across the public sector. Indeed, one area that we are letting you into to see is the work of our K9 division. The JCF is comprised of more than 14,000 human assets, but we could not be who we are and do what we do without the effect of our 66 K9 colleagues. At this time, we are going to have a demonstration of our K9 capabilities. We are going to introduce you to one of our dogs and his handler, our dog Tango, a dual-trained dog in firearms and narcotics. At this time, to take you through this demonstration, I introduce you to none other than Sergeant Kayla Keane of the Constabulary Communication Network. Put your hands together for them.
The stage is set, and we are ready to find out what we can do, not just on 2 legs, but on 4. Led by Inspector Ottar, he sets the stage for you to see an amazing display from our K9 asset. This asset is called Tango. He is a German Shepherd, and he is trained dually. Firstly, he can detect guns and ammunition. And secondly, he can detect explosives. Today, we will be showing you that. Narcotics rather, as well as firearms. So today he'll be showing you how he can uncover firearms wherever they are hidden. There are approximately 10 bags in the hallway, and he will sit to indicate that he has found what he is looking for. German Shepherd Tango is leashed but ready to go. So we are taking him into position, and he will demonstrate for you today his unique abilities. Once he is off the leash, he will run down the aisle and locate the bag of interest to him. Remember, once he sits, he has found what he is looking for. His handler now unleashes him to find what he is looking for. And he is heading between the bags excitingly, trying to find, is it a gun or is it narcotics? For this first display, we are showing you narcotics. Whenever he sits, it means that he has found the bag that he is looking for. He is still busily pacing around, just to ensure that he finds the correct bag, and he is showing piqued interest in a particular bag now, so his handler is closely monitoring the situation. This is how it actually works in the field also. So he has stopped, he is sniffing. Will he sit? Yes, he has found the bag that he is looking for, and he has now taken a seat. Clap him. He's now given a ball to distract him a little, and his handler will search the bag in front of us to ensure that he has not made any mistakes. Let us discover what he has found together. Inspector Attar is taking it in front of you, and he has found a container with cocaine. Clap him. It is placed inside of this hardened container so that he doesn't bite into it, because one bite is fatal. That was our K9 show, but now we have something even amazing for you. He will search for a firearm. I know that the host going up beside me is piquing your interest. Not to worry, we have something to show you called the greatest show on earth. While you wait on the greatest show on earth, just let us rearrange those bags. So we will place the firearm in the lineup, and he, if you notice, he can't see from where he is. So once we are finished, he will be back to locate the correct parcel. So can you imagine a regular day on a police operation, and we go to a premises? So with only our human ability, we could do so much and no more. But with our four little friends, we are able to be a force for good and apprehend criminals. He's indicating to his handler that he is ready to go. So he will be unleashed and allowed to find the firearm. He's been handled by Constable Manning from the K9 division. Tango is now off. And this beautiful German Shepherd, as you can see, is very energetic. Not your usual house dog at all, and very well trained by our amazing K9 expert. So he's waddling through the bags, and when he sees something that piques his interest, he will again take a seat. So once he sits, that means that he has found what he is looking for. He is circling around a particular bag, and he's still going, still seeking that firearm. Will he be able to do it, or will he fail us? Only time will tell. He continues to search. And I must tell you, they have a 100% hit rate. So once they sit, the firearm will be in that bag. His handler is leading him to search all the bags, and he has shown interest and stopped at a particular bag. He now takes a seat and is given a ball to distract him. Is it the correct bag? Inspector Attar, take the bag to us and let us uncover what he has found together. So he has his ball, and he's very excited to hang out with Constable Manning, his best friend. So we are looking into the bag. Please note, I have special firearms training. This gun is unloaded. The slide is back, means it's safe. Give him a round of applause. He has found it. So I want you to put your hands together for the K9 division. So I know we piqued your interest with the house behind me, and now we are going to take you to the moment that you have all been waiting for, the JCF's greatest show on earth.
From the heart of Jamaica emerges a force, transforming lives globally. The Amber Group, starting from a humble office of just 200 square feet in 2015, Amber Group has grown into a global powerhouse, spanning over 13 businesses with offices around the world, serving clients in 100 countries. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The diversity of our team is what fuels the innovation. Imagine your vehicle safer and smarter with Amber Connect, the world's most advanced AI-powered vehicle tracking and fleet management system. Experience cutting-edge software development, crafting solutions across industries worldwide with Amber innovations. Fuel up with a new level of convenience with Amber Fuels. Make fast, secure, and seamless payments with Amber Pay. We empower the next generation, providing free world-class coding education through the Amber Academy. Nurturing the future of Jamaican entrepreneurship, committed to fund 100 startups in 1,000 days with Amber Launchpad. Take to the skies and discover unparalleled freedom with Amber Aviation. Discover the joy of exceptional rewards with Amber Rewards. Safeguard your digital world with Amber Cyber Eye. Pioneering IoT solutions with Amber IoT. Revolutionizing media with nationwide news network and Amber Radio. Effortlessly get a ride and feel safe and secure on the road with Amber On Time, the most secure taxi. We believe in the power of technology to uplift humanity, to make lives safer, easier, and more connected. Empower. Innovate. Inspire. Celebrating 9 years of innovation, passion, and commitment to humanity. Discover the Amber difference today.
Amber Group, more than a business, we built an organization to serve humanity.
Welcome to the era of artificial intelligence in fleet management. Managing a fleet used to mean chasing data, setting up alerts, and configuring reports manually. Now, you just ask. Step into the future of fleet intelligence with Ambi, your real-time AI-powered voice assistant.
Hey, Ambi. Show me where the white Hilux is right now. The white Hilux is parked at 23 Belmont Road. Last moved 15 minutes ago.
Ambi, were there any collisions across the fleet today?
Yes, one collision reported at 10:03 a.m. Loading dashcam footage now.
Ambi isn't just about numbers. It's about delivering actionable insights that enhance fleet performance and safety.
Ambi, email me the driver behavior violations report for today.
Sure thing, sending it now.
Hey Ambi, set out of hours driving alert for all the vehicles.
Alert activated. You'll get real-time notification if any vehicle move outside their working hours.
Ambi has your fleet fully covered, swiftly notifying you in cases of emergencies like SOS alerts, device tampering, collisions, or extreme driver behavior violations. When seconds matter, your AI agent doesn't wait, it calls.
Hello, this is Ambi from Amber Connect. I detected potential device tampering. I've initiated security protocols and alerted your security company.
In the meantime, you can disable the engine?
Sure.
Your fleet just got smarter. Ask it anything. Automate everything. Ambi from Amber Connect. Smarter, faster, more human.
In 2023, we gave you the Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo, showing a side of the force you've never seen. You asked for more, and we're here to deliver. Bigger and better than ever before.
We are ready to show you more. Be prepared to be amazed at Transformations Expo 2.0.
Meet our detectives and crime scene investigators. Learn more about the side of the JCF behind the front lines in forensics, DNA and ballistic analysis, and in key areas of force development, capacity building, and transformation. See you at the JCF Transformation, People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0.
The RJR Gleaner Communications Group is pleased to collaborate with the Jamaica Constabulary Force as the official media partner of the JCF Transformations, People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0. As a group that is active for the good of our nation, we believe in the power of transformation, which we constantly seek to enable through the provision of credible information to our customers through our various brands. This is one of the reasons we are committed to supporting the JCF in showcasing the strides being made in modernizing the force. This expo will allow the public to experience and engage with the new technologies, modernization efforts, and policing methods being employed by the JCF. But more importantly, it gives the public a great opportunity to interact with the police and get a better understanding of what we all want, and that is a peaceful and safe Jamaica. With the expo now being held in Kingston at the National Arena and in St. James at the Montego Bay Community College, more Jamaicans from east to west can observe the high quality of work and evolving police strategies being pursued as you serve and protect in our nation. Congratulations on the staging of Expo 2.0, and may your success continue to be our collective national success.
Phase 3 Productions were happy to support the JCF for the Transformation Expo 2.0 as we continue to build a safer Jamaica. From digital policing to upgraded infrastructure and stronger community ties, the JCF's progress speaks to nation building, a value that we both share. As Jamaica's leading media and event production company, we offer services such as live streaming, broadcasting, lighting, staging, and audiovisual services for all kinds of entertainment and corporate events. We stand with the JCF, creating new opportunities for young Jamaicans through creativity and technology, ultimately building Jamaica and creating a safer environment for us all.
Across two cities, one mission unfolds. Operation Strike 2.0, a simultaneous tactical mission designed to capture two high-risk fugitives in one coordinated maneuver.
On our next Wanted Wednesday,
intelligence confirms the presence of Cheese Hunter, also known as Mouse, leader of the Brick Pum Brick Gang, hiding in Kingston. In Montego Bay, his second in command, the elusive stealth boss, linked to multiple bank heists. 2 priority targets, 2 hostile locations, 1 opportunity to strike.
9, Operator P23, what's your emergency?
The Police Emergency Communication Center relays the intel. Within minutes, DCP for Strategic Operations Warren Clark activates a joint tactical briefing with area commanders and specialized operations.
Let's get it done.
The instruction? Launch a synchronized double-site takedown with minimal risk to officers and civilians alike. Highly trained tactical teams roll out from their headquarters. The instructions are clear. The unmanned aerial vehicles arrive ahead of the human assets to perform key reconnaissance activities. The Kingston Quick Response Team arrives. Immediately, they move into position to establish the outer cordon. outer cordon locks down the approach routes. And over in Montego Bay, their outer cordon now moves into position and is now established. Moments later, Kingston's inner cordon is activated. The officers form an inner perimeter around the suspect's hideout. With a smooth tactical sweep, the inner cordon in St. James is now established with precision. With the perimeter secured, the sky becomes the next frontier. In Montego Bay, the SWAT team initiates vertical insertion. From the rooftop of the community college, officers descend via zip line. It is a rapid deployment tactic used when time and access are significantly constrained. 3 groups begin their descent on the hideout. The final zipline team moves into position. Time is of the essence. No mistakes will be tolerated. Back in Kingston, the signal is given. Stand by for breach. Inside the National Arena, the SWAT team has arrived. They are escorted by the armored Bearcat vehicle and 2 tactical support vehicles. The unit dismounts, advancing. And now they are prepared for support from the rappel team from the skies. The rappel team secured, it is now time to prepare for the breach and insertion. The breach team is successful. Mouse is apprehended. Meanwhile, his crony seeks to escape via a front window. He has a weapon in hand. Clear verbal instructions are given. He surrenders and is apprehended. Professional restraint ensures no unnecessary force is used. Another safe apprehension. With Kingston secured, Montego Bay team moves to execute their final phase. Through a cloud of smoke, their movement begins. Entry points, prepare for breach. Inside the home, Stealth Boss resists and engages the police with lethal force. The threat has been neutralized. Tactical teams recover weapons, digital evidence, and cash tied to previous robberies.
The injured man will be taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital to receive treatment. The officers immediately communicate with Indicom and iProbe to notify them of the development. And now the teams prepare for extraction. At this time, a safe exit is imperative. Takedowns, one coordinated strike, delivered with discipline and restraint. Each action carefully measured, each decision backed by elite training and knowledge of the law and human rights. Civilian safety maintained, welfare and well-being of the officers protected, justice advanced. Hours later, Deputy Commissioner of Police addresses the nation in a press conference.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force executed a high-risk, multi-pronged operation targeting two of the country's most wanted men. Operation Strike 2.0 was conducted simultaneously in Kingston and Montego Bay. Both targets have been apprehended or neutralized. There were no civilian casualties or serious injury to our personnel. This was a demonstration of precision policing built on intelligence, operation coordination, and the high standards of professionalism. I commend the teams involved: command, staff, tactical, and intelligence specialists. The JCF remains committed to securing the Jamaican people and our visitors. We are transforming and we are advancing. We are a force for good. The Jamaica Constabulary.
Operation Strike 2.0, a model of tactical precision and interdivisional unity has been declared a success. This is the modern JCF, technologically equipped, tactically sound, and grounded in human rights, a force for good. What you've seen here is more than a demonstration. This live execution in both Kingston and Montego Bay is transformation in motion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for that superb demonstration of JCF policing Mensa, skills and ingenuity. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the tours of the Expo, strategically assembled on the verges of the ceremony are JCF tour guides to take you on escorted tours of the Expo. Do join us after your tour for refreshments in the hospitality area. It has indeed been a pleasure to have you this evening on our transformation journey. Again, welcome to the JCF Transformations People, Quality and Technology Expo 2.0. Have a great evening.
I'm sure you will agree with me. The JCF Transformations Expo 2.0 is off to an amazing start. Thank you for joining us on this incredible first day, and tomorrow promises even more. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Jamaica Constabulary Force, and on X at Jamaica Constab. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all things Transformations TV. I'm Detective Inspector Sasha Gay Mullings. See you next time.